I'm Julissa Garza, and you're watching KHOU 11+. Today we have some special guests, Olympic boxer Joshau Edwards and Paralympic shooter Jazmin Ryan. Thank you both for joining us. I know we've already talked a lot, but whoever would like to take it away, tell us, about your time in Paris.
Well, I mean, I will say that, the opportunity to, even go to represent your country is just such a absolutely amazing honor, and, just being able to go and be there and say, here, I'm from the United States of America, here's my flag, here's my comrades from other sports. It just fills you with just such an amazing sense of pride. It's an unbelievable feeling.
And you're not just representing the United States, you're representing Houston
Absolutely.
too, right?
Yeah. Go H-Town.
Exactly. I know for Josh, you talked about it. That meant a lot for you because you rep your city every day, but to rep your city in Paris was something special.
Huge. It was just like she said, it was a huge honor to be out there and with my whole city on my back and my state, and then the whole United States being there. So yeah, I had a blast.
Now I know this was your third games ever.
Yes, ma'am.
What was it like for a third time? That's something big. That's a big accomplishment.
Well, definitely the third games, it comes with, hey, I got experience, you go there thinking that, like, okay, I'm good, this is not going to be hard, I'm not going to be nervous. No, that's not the case. You still feel the same adrenaline, the rush, the excitement, the oh my goodness, feeling that you get before any big competition. Let's be real, that still goes on no matter what. So, the first games was amazing, as all the way to my third was amazing. So the feeling is still always there.
For Josh, this was your first games ever. When you hear her talk about the adrenaline and the excitement, did you feel all of those emotions too?
All of that. It was a lot of adrenaline, nervousness, and doubt here and there, but just trusted my training and knew that I prepared to be there. And I had a hard time sleeping.
We did talk about this.
For various reasons, but I had a hard time sleeping, so that was taking a toll a little bit. But once I got into my flow, then I was good.
Before we talk about the Olympic Village and things like that, I kind of want to talk about y'all's journey. You both did something you love, that y'all both fell in love with at young ages. So tell me a little bit about y'all's journey with that. I know, Josh, you started boxing when you were about 7, 8 years old.
Started boxing super early. My dad has a picture of me in a pamper with boxing gloves on. So yeah,
That's
boxing
cool.
was always like there. I started officially boxing, I think, around 6 or 7, and then I was at the gym every day. And first fight was when I was 12, and from there it was just growth all the way until here now today.
I know you said when you put those gloves on, it just felt right.
Yeah, when I put my gloves on, I just felt like I can just write my future. Like, it was like growing up watching boxing and just being around the sport. It was just like surreal, like to put my own pair on, like my own pair of gloves. Not one the ones that somebody just gave you. Like, we went out and got my own gloves, so it was just like mind blowing.
And it was pivotal for you when you won a certain match, that from there you were like, I can be in the Olympics.
Yeah, 19, my first national tournament. And when, when I went to that tournament, my coach was like, okay, you beat a lot of people who are going to the Olympics now. So we can go to the Olympics if that's what you want to do. And I was like, of course. I didn't know how the process worked or anything like that, but that's when I really got serious about, let's make the Olympics.
And you did it.
Yeah.
And for Jazmin, I know you were kind of similar in the sense of there was something that you felt naturally good at, something that you enjoyed, but it wasn't until you too had a pivotal moment that this is what I'm going to do.
Right, absolutely. As we had spoken about, I grew up, hunting, and we had a deer lease in Weimar, Texas, so I went there with my family, and I remember I would sit on my grandma's back deck. She had this raised back deck, and I would sit there and I had just a standard Crosman black BB gun. It wasn't anything fancy, and I would sit there and shoot at a tin can for hours and hours and hours. And I never thought in my wildest dreams that my career would be shooting at a target for hours and hours and hours. Probably 20 years later.
And it was right here in Houston at the GRB where you competed for the first time unintentionally. Like
Exactly.
you didn't plan to do it.
No, not absolutely. You know, I was there, you know, basically for wheelchair basketball. I mean, how big of a contrast do you go from adrenaline, high-speed team sports to relaxed individual sport like shooting? But I was there for, you know, just basically a wheelchair basketball tournament, and you know that game just happened to get canceled, you know, for, you know, various reasons, and I had nothing to do, so I just entered a small little air rifle match that, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I don't want to go home and be lame, and you know, I was talking to a lady in the ladies' restroom, and she was just like, you know, with National Rifle Association, she just said, hey, I'm running a match. You like to shoot? I went over there and won, you know, and they're like, oh, well, they're doing a camp at the Olympic Training Center, Paralympic Training Center. You're good enough if you want to go do it. And it's for beginners, you know, or people that are, you know, trying to move up the ladder. So I show up and like I've held a rifle, competition rifle for a whole total 20 minutes, you know, so it's like, I was there and just like, oh, is that good? And they're like, yeah.
Well, it's really good because that's 3 times.
Yeah, it was good, but I will say, you know, that first camp there, I was still such a beginner, and I had so much to learn. You know, I was fresh, I was green, you know, and so I went straight to Team USA, and Team USA took me from the start all the way to where I am now.
When you both talk about your journeys, what goes through your head now as you share these stories? Because you're wearing your, you know, Team USA swag. What goes through your head when you're sharing these milestones?
Just hoping I can motivate someone that's young coming up, because I knew that like people who go to the Olympics, like, and I would see Olympians on TV and watch the Olympics, but I didn't really understand that there was a USA team and headquarters, the training center where you go train and get better. I had no idea, so until I just about made the team when I figured that out.
Yeah.
So just hoping that I can motivate and like fill in people who don't know, like you can start young, like you can start doing things that you love. There's something out here for everyone, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I have very much a similar mindset. You know, obviously I'm a Paralympian, so I work with people with disabilities all the time, you know. And I think for me, you know, moving through my journey, that, you know, when either if you have a progressive disease, congenital defect, you know, something traumatic, you know, it's a pivotal changing moment in your life. And so to be able to be at that top level and to be able to show everybody what it is that, you know, we, meaning being in the disability community, can do, my hope is that it inspires and motivates them to, you know, get out there, whether it be going to the Paralympics or, you know, whatever they want to do in life. It doesn't have to be sports. That they're able to, you know, overcome, you know, and still achieve, you know. And so that's really what I like to, when I think about my journey, that, you know, hopefully that I can inspire somebody else to go down their own journey.
What keeps y'all two motivated? Because both of y'all right now are still training, right? Getting ready for the next games. What keeps y'all motivated?
Family.
Absolutely, 100%. I completely agree with that. You know, my family is just absolutely behind me every step of the way.
In everything that I do. So
yeah,
my family keeps me motivated. Because with boxing, I didn't start getting paid to box until I made the USA team. So from 6, 7 all the way to 21, like, it was hard to stay consistent and motivated to do something that you're not seeing any rewards. But the rewards are coming later, and it was so worth it, like staying at it all these years.
And that's inspiring, especially because y'all are sitting here sharing that journey, and maybe somebody who's watching will be like, you know what, I'm gonna go hard, I'm gonna train harder, I'm gonna do everything I can, and hopefully end up at the Olympic Village. And that's what we gotta get into next.
Well, I will say for me personally, you know, what's keeping, you know, me motivated, because I am going for 4th games, you know, which, you know, I went back and forth with, because let's face it, I've done it for a long time. And I think my motivation right now is that the next games are in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is the United States.
Yeah.
And so to be able to go and let's just say that's my last games, you know, just hypothetically, I don't know yet. But to be able to be on that podium or to represent your country in the country that you're in, I just can't imagine the amazing feeling that's going to be pride-wise, and to represent Houston as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure, Josh, you feel the same way.
Yeah, I've been still trying to make a decision going forward. Yeah.
But you're still training.
Yeah, still training, staying in shape, because this is what I'm going to be doing for my career.
Now, I want to get into the Olympic Village, because we know there was a lot of talk about it online, on everything. Josh, I know you told me the cardboard bed. They were really cardboard beds.
They were really cardboard box beds. Like, it was.
Were y'all shocked?
When I walked into my room, I thought it wasn't going to be able to hold me. Like, I was like, man, I'm going to fall through the floor. What's happening here? So I laid down. I had problems sleeping for a while, but Team USA, they looked out for us. They got us some mattress toppers. But it was a twin bed, so as big as I am, I had problems sleeping. But
See, I'm 5'1", so I had no problem sleeping in a tiny little cardboard bed myself. But
it wasn't that comfortable.
No, it wasn't. They did the same thing in Tokyo. So that didn't shock me. They're all about repurpose. Let's reuse. Let's not waste. So I understand the concept. Me personally, I was in a satellite village.
Okay.
I was in Châteauroux, which is 4 hours outside of Paris, and it was nowhere near the same as what these guys had.
I had it bad.
I had a buffet that did not change. It was this long and had the same exact foods every day.
Yeah, we should get into the food too. The food was, man, it was some good. They had some good food there, but it was the same thing every day. So it was just and then I did not know that European food it makes you lose weight. I didn't.
Which I have no problems with.
I didn't understand that until I was there, because we were in camp in Germany for almost a month before the Paris Games, and then we just took a train out to Paris. But we was there so long, I was losing weight. I was like, man, what's happening? But the food is just so lightweight.
It's different.
It really is.
Did y'all miss any Houston staples? Any Houston food, something you really, really miss that you get here in Houston?
Tex-Mex, Papacitos. I mean,
the seafood,
fajitas.
The Mexican food and the seafood here is just
unmatched.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
Not even close. I mean, I remember as soon as I got home, we're like, okay, where are we gonna go eat after we, leave the airport? And I'm like, Whataburger. Did
y'all get in any debates with maybe some of the athletes from California, the In-N-Out versus Whataburger? I feel like that's a big debate topic.
People really think In-N-Out is better than Whataburger.
No, Whataburger is the best hamburger.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, the only contrast, I don't like the fact they charge to put on a slice of cheese on a hamburger.
Wow.
But I mean, I'm willing to pay extra for a slice of cheese because that's such a great hamburger.
So maybe the games should be here, so people can try Whataburger, right?
Man.
See the hype?
Yeah, especially with Houston. I wish Houston, because Houston has everything that you need. Anything you're looking for, it has it here, especially food-wise. There's so many options. And
that.
Well, we've got their favorite foods, right? What is there a hype song you listen to before going into a match or anything like that? Y'all have to be honest. You have to be honest.
I listen to a lot of Houston classics.
Okay, are we talking like Slim Thug, Paul Wall?
A couple of those guys. Drinking my cup.
Okay.
Mostly done, and I throw a church song in there every now and then. I try to
That's me.
try to just get in my zone and get right.
Okay, what about for you, Jazmin?
I listen to contemporary Christian music.
Okay.
That's kind of my jam. I like very climactic songs that start off super soft and then just have that drop, where it's like one of those songs. I always equate it because I love to like push in my neighborhood. Like it's somebody who likes to run, I like to push. I mean, just all out. And it's to find that song that when it gets to that climax that you're practically in tears because you are just, who's out there looking after me? It's like, and to have that in your heart right before you're fixing to compete is just sets the stage for me. Everybody has their own process, but for me personally, that's.
For me, I like a hype song. Gotta be turned because like I'm my best when I'm having fun.
Of course.
So when I'm having fun, I'm dancing, I'm vibing out. It's like, it's just
good music and good food, right? To get you through it.
Well, and a nap. And I gotta take a nap.
A nap. I wish I could take a nap, but no, it doesn't.
It doesn't work.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I thank you both for chatting with us about Paris, about Whataburger, about hype songs, and hopefully we all see you back here to talk about, what's next or maybe the next game. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
And we still got it. It's never a shoe, and I've been at my third, but it's still the same process and the same, goals and the same requirements that you got to hit, whether you're a veteran or the first time. So.
Maybe we'll just tell people to come back here to KHOU 11 Plus, and they might see our friends again, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank y'all so much.